welcome to another episode of The Wave. My name is Adam.
My name's Nick. Welcome back to The Wave. It is the weekly news and chat show from the world famous Bottom of the Stream podcast.
It is indeed.
We're here every Monday to do this show, and then we are here on this very same feed every Thursday where we randomly select a movie from the Netflix stream. And, we're looking on a never-ending journey for some hidden gems.
We are indeed. This week's will be the penultimate episode of season 9.
It will.
Next week's the season finale.
Yeah, so we are closing in on the final stream table for season 9.
We are indeed. 25 films in the stream table every season.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
A lot of films we've done over the years.
We sure have. And we're still finding good ones and also terrible ones.
Absolutely are.
Both of which are fun in their own way.
Yes.
But this is The Wave.
It is.
How are you, Adam?
I'm very well, thank you. Yourself?
I'm pretty good, thanks. Yeah. How's your week been?
It's all right, thank you. I went to a Christmas gift fair on Sunday.
Lovely. Did you
It was nice.
buy any gifts?
No.
Okay.
I didn't actually buy hardly anything at all.
Did you go on any rides?
It was a bit rubbish. There wasn't any rides.
Oh, okay.
It was a bit rubbish. But there was a stall there.
Yes. Just
and
one.
He was selling unclaimed parcels.
Right.
So it's basically lucky bags because
Yeah.
they're not unclaimed parcels at all. It's absolutely
He's been
bullshit.
down the cash and carry
and
and
just brought a load of shit.
got a load of
Put
stuff.
them in bags, put fake address labels on, and
Yeah.
then they were free for a tenner. So I purchased 3.
Yeah.
I got 2 bottles of aftershave
Okay.
and 1 whiskey gift set, which was just a whiskey glass.
Oh, not even any alcohol?
Nope.
Oh, my word.
So when I got home, obviously I'd never heard of these.
Just one glass as well? Singular?
It was one singular glass in a box. Yeah, it came with a stirrer and a paper coaster.
That's a bit of a...
Yeah.
That's a bit of a you live alone stab in the front, isn't it?
I gave it to my dad,
Yeah.
who doesn't live alone. But what I wanted to say is I'd never heard of either of these 2 makes of aftershave.
Yeah.
So when I got home, I Googled them.
Was it like Jean Paul Gaultier?
Might as well have been. So one of the brands came up on Google.
Right.
And how much would you say is the cheapest bottle of aftershave you can imagine?
Oh,
It's a big bottle. It's like 150 milliliters.
Okay, so
litres,
I
whatever they
will
call it.
say you'll get a penny change out of £3.
This bottle of aftershave can be purchased online for
Yeah.
£1.69.
Wow.
I didn't even spray it on myself.
Do you know what? You should have put it in a whiskey glass and took a swig. Hell yeah.
£1.69 for a bottle of aftershave. Yeah, it's,
And you got 2 of them?
I got 2
Or 2
different
equivalents?
2 different brands, but the second one didn't come up on Google at all.
Couple of quid for the glass, maybe at max.
Max.
So it's probably £5 profit.
Yeah.
Across those.
The stand was by far the busiest one at this gift fair.
Really?
By far.
What
People were ripping each other out the way to get at these bags.
What a side hustle that sounds
Proper
like.
scam he's got going on.
Yeah.
And you know they're not unclaimed parcels because he's got them designated for men, women and children and dogs.
Yeah, of course.
So you know he knows what's in them. It's just a scam.
What else was at the gift fair? I'm quite intrigued. Was the big man there?
The big man was there. There wasn't a Christmas tree there,
What?
which was strange. There's usually in the middle of this gift fair a big Christmas tree in the middle.
Well, that makes sense.
Because that's like the meeting point for everybody. If you like get split up, you go and meet at the
Yeah.
Christmas tree. But now this year there wasn't a tree. There was just a big Santa's sleigh with a Santa in it.
Okay.
There was the usual thing you get at gift
Yeah.
fairs. A lot of bit of food.
Did it smell of Christmas?
Yeah, cinnamon everywhere.
Yeah.
A few gadgety things and lots of things that women like. It was rubbish. I didn't enjoy myself at all.
Aftershave.
I did buy some
in a
cheese.
glass. Oh, nice. Christmas cheese?
No, just normal cheese.
Right.
But it was very delicious. It's almost all gone now.
Okay.
So that's basically my week.
Cool.
I was going to go to the cinema this week, but that didn't happen in the end.
Yeah, too busy eating cheese.
Too busy eating cheese and spraying crap aftershave on myself. So yeah, I've not really done much else. What about yourself?
So I did go to a child's birthday, well, 2 children's birthday party, joint birthday party last weekend. I
Nice.
did venture onto the bouncy
You
castle.
did venture on.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. No,
Good.
no
No
ill
injuries?
effects.
Excellent.
So I'm still having the odd twinge in my leg, but I think I'm pretty much there.
went over
So
that. That's
there was a bit of bouncing.
It's a Christmas miracle.
Yeah.
How any injured children?
No
No?
injured children. I mean, there was a couple of pretty naked children by the
Oh.
end of it. Just
Okay.
because, you know, when you're 3,
Yeah.
you can just
Clothes are optional.
take your party dress off and go and bounce around, I guess.
Yeah,
Especially
why
if you're one of the birthday girls.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, there was no cheese and pineapple hedgehog. So,
What?
yeah.
What?
Yeah. Well, there was cheese, there was mini sausages, but not in a pineapple.
Not in a hedgehog form.
Or not in a hedgehog fashion. No.
How do you display cheese and pineapple without being in a hedgehog form? I'm confused.
Yeah.
Cool.
There was no cocktail sticks involved. Maybe it's a health and safety thing.
Probably is these days, isn't it? You can't have cocktail sticks around naked 3-year-olds.
I guess not.
That's the name of the episodes.
Okay. Brilliant.
Cool.
What we're here for.
Do the wave.
Question.
Question.
I've got a question of the week,
Okay.
which I've already forgotten, so I really hope the page is still open on my phone. And
We're so well prepared for this show. I love it.
so the question is, would you rather know how the world began or how it will end?
Ooh.
I'm kind of seeing this as a, like, you know, a sort of Christmas carol. Some force comes and takes you
And
to
shows
witness the birth of the planet or the end of it. I don't know
wow.
if you get a bit of build up as well, so you can get a bit of the
See what happens.
context. But they're your choices.
So is
What
this
would
like
you rather know?
the end of humanity or the end of the planet?
It's the end
Because
of
the humanity is
world.
going to go a long time before the
Yeah,
planet.
the
does.
end of the world. I mean, you could take that any way
I'm
you
going to go planet.
you want, I suppose.
I'm going to go planet. So either the birth of the planet
Yeah.
or the destruction, final destruction of
Yeah.
the planet. I think I want to see the end of the planet, the end of the world.
Okay.
I'd like to see what happens to this.
From what perspective would you like to be on the planet
No.
or up
I'd like to
in
be.
space?
I think there's an
witnessing
episode of
the-
Doctor Who where they watch the end of the world,
possibly
or
sounds
something
that sort of thing.
along that sort of sci-fi line, and they stand in like a ship and look
Yeah.
down at it. So I'd like to do that.
Okay.
I think just to see what happens, what finally brings an end to this.
What's special about that though? World's end every day.
Yeah, but this one's mine. This is the only one we know.
I mean, my take on it would be we kind of, if we're talking actually the planet
Yeah.
exploding into a million smithereens, we kind of know how that's going to happen.
True.
Presumably, unless we're attacked by massive aliens, which could happen.
Could happen.
Presumably, it'll be the sun engulfing us all.
Yeah.
But
Or
I-
a big comet or a big collision with
that could
something
happen
else.
before, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that intrigues me more. I think I'd go for the start.
Really?
Yeah.
What would you expect to see at the start though?
I
It's
don't
like-
know. What is a Big Bang? What does it look like? What does the formation of a planet look like?
Exactly.
Oh well, I want to see it.
Okay. What if that says something about us as people? You're in for the creation and I'm in for the destruction. Antagonist, protagonists.
Maybe.
That's a good question.
I
Though.
mean, I am wearing light and you're wearing black, so maybe.
To work like this today.
maybe.
Dressed like a referee. It's all black.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'll go for the start.
Okay. I'm going
But
for the end.
and also, if I'm allowed to stay for a bit longer, or we do it in time lapse,
Yeah.
I'd like to hang around and see sort of not just the planet coming together, but actually the development of
What it
oceans,
yeah.
land
Mountains,
masses,
Yeah.
mountains, maybe even a bit further.
Yeah, that'd be
Can I hang around till I see a dinosaur? I think that's what I'm asking.
good. Yes. You can time lapse until the first dinosaur.
Yeah.
I want to time lapse from the last human
Right.
to the end of the planet.
Yeah. Because you might have.
Imagine being the last
Millions
human.
of years
Somebody
of
at some point
nothing.
is going to be the last human.
Yeah. Sure.
Whoa.
Someone was the first one.
Whoa. That's crazy, man. It's trippy. Right, anyway, that's weird. Let's go on. Let's move on and do some Netflix news, shall we?
Sure.
What have we got this week, Nick?
This week, we are going to start with Netflix news and a really weird story.
Okay.
And this is the news that Netflix have for the past few. Well, this has been ongoing for a few years, but back in 2018, the news has come out that Netflix gave Karl Erik Rinsk, who is the director of 47 Ronin, which I think is a Keanu Reeves movie
It
from,
is indeed, yeah.
I don't know, maybe
90s?
a while ago.
Yeah.
They gave him the job of directing a sci-fi show for
Okay.
Netflix.
Right.
He scored a 61.2 million production deal
Wow.
with Netflix for a sci-fi series called Conquest. By March 2020, Netflix had sunk $44.5 million into the development and production of this show.
Okay.
At that point, Rinch told them he needed more money or production of the show would cease.
Okay.
Netflix then gave the production company another $11 million. So we're up to $55 million of Netflix money he's had now.
Yeah.
But it turns out that a big chunk of that money wasn't spent on producing this series,
Right.
and that Rinch has used $10.5 million from Netflix's funding to play the stock market.
What?
The Times has reported this, having seen court filings and financial documents, and he lost nearly $6 million in trading
Wow.
with this Netflix money. He then pivoted to the cryptocurrency market
Right.
and used a load of the money to buy, is it Dogecoin?
Yeah.
And he started off with 4 million,
Yeah.
turned that into 27 million,
Oh, wow.
and also spent nearly 10 million on fancy cars and designer goods. The court filings from a forensic accountant say that Rinch's purchases included a Ferrari and 5 Rolls Royces.
5 Rolls Royces?
Surprisingly, Netflix has yet to receive any episodes of this show from the director.
Jeez.
I mean, where does this come from? This is astounding.
This is astounding. This is unbelievable.
Thomas Cherian, who is a spokesperson for Netflix, told The Times that Netflix had written off the sci-fi series, adding that it was now clear that Mr. Rinch was never going to complete the project he had agreed to make. Mr. Rinch declined to answer any questions when contacted for comment. Rinch is also countersuing Netflix, claiming that he is owed at least $14 million in damages for Netflix breaching their contract with him.
What?
This is an absolute
This
mess.
is unbelievable.
His filmography is only that one movie, 47 Ronin, from 2013.
Oh, not as early as I thought.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, we've got to hear more of this as this case
so
progresses.
confused by this.
So this guy's just gone and spent millions and millions of Netflix's money.
Call me naive, and it's not something I've ever thought about. But when somebody's given a budget of 61 million for a film or a TV show,
Who's
I
on
just
top
don't
of it?
think that
So-
they get given $61 million
So
put into their bank account.
I presume
assume he owns the production company or something.
So I think there's a lot of unwritten blanks in this
Yeah.
story. So I am presuming that yes, there have been a production of a movie. There is of a series. There are scripts in existence. There are dailies. There is footage. He's not, because yes, you're right. No one can just take a chunk of money and
No.
Netflix go, all right, see you in 6 months.
Yeah,
Let
they're
us know
not
when
going to
you're
just
done.
transfer him $61 million into his bank account, are they?
But he clearly was using this money for other means and siphoning it away from what he was supposed
I mean,
to be
it
using
seems like a
for.
pretty clear-cut case. It's like,
It really does.
we've given
from
you
this.
61 million for a TV show. You've never given us a TV show.
Yes,
End of story.
You've took 10 of that to
and you've now
use
got
on the
5
stock
Rolls
market.
Royces and a Ferrari.
This is
The
incredible.
brass balls of suing them, counter-suing them is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. I've never heard of anything like it.
So yeah, no more comments from either party when pursued by either the Times or Business Insider, who have been reporting on this week. I mean, yeah, that guy.
He's got some neck, that's for sure.
surely he's going to end up doing some time for that. He's not going to be able to pay that back. And surely, and it seems like there's not a salvageable show in here anywhere.
It doesn't sound like it.
So
that's insane. What an insane.
But for all that to just roll up out of the blue,
yeah.
I mean, Netflix has swept that one under the carpet.
Because that's like 5
Quite
years
well.
ago, 2018, nearly 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll definitely see if we can find more out about that as it goes on.
Yeah.
That's a really interesting story.
Yeah, 100%. Also interesting is a bit of squabbling, which we've had a hint of before, backstage on The Witcher.
Okay.
So this kind of started this week with an interview with Andrzej Sapkowski, who is the author of The Witcher books.
Okay, right.
And he has he's been doing, I guess, one of these panels at the Vienna Comic Con.
Right.
And he was asked how involved he was with the Netflix adaptation, and if he'd ever been involved in giving feedback to it as the show rolled through production. And apparently Sapkowski's reply was, with a laugh,
Oh, okay.
I gave them some ideas, but they never listened to me. He then apparently broke into an impression of a Netflix executive and said dismissively, "Who's this? Just a writer. It's a nobody."
Oh, dear.
Netflix has not commented on these remarks, surprisingly. But, I mean, it doesn't seem a happy camp, The Witcher, does it? We've talked about some of the producers this was going back a couple of months, sort of being very dismissive of the fan base as well.
They don't seem to be that respectful of the source material or the fan base.
Yeah.
And it isn't getting good numbers because of that.
Interestingly as well, after Sapkowski's comments, one of the show's writers from season 1 and 2, before leaving that position, a chap called Bo DeMeo, wrote on Instagram, I've been working on a show, The Witcher, where some of the writers were not or actively disliked both the books and the games. And would sit around mocking the source material. It's a recipe for disaster and bad morale.
I don't understand how you can write something if you don't enjoy the source material.
He added, you have to respect the work before you are allowed to add to its legacy.
Yeah.
I don't know. How do you get a job on a show from a showrunner and how do you stay on a show if you're then sitting around, well, this swords and dragons and monsters is all shit, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know. It's just...
But it feels like some
mind-boggling.
That is borne out with sort of what's happening with The Witcher.
Yeah, it's clear from...
Because Cavill was always he was so vocal on, I love this property, I respect the source material, that's what I want this to be an adaptation of, I'll play this role as long as I believe in it, and well, that didn't last
and then he went
too long.
Because he obviously stopped believing in it. Wow. Yeah, I feel like The Witch is just a disaster project from the start. It's just get rid.
It feels like it's going to be, and I know we've got, is it Liam Hemsworth stepping in?
Yes.
But, man, they're up against it, aren't they,
Yeah,
with that?
Really are. I don't see him doing more than one season.
It's tough to envisage that, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Good job then that things are going so smoothly on another Netflix show. So, we actually mentioned this last week, but neither of us picked up on it. So when we did the roundup for Geeked Week, we mentioned that the 3-body problem was on the way. There's a couple of teasers out there that Netflix have released as part of Geek Week.
This is the show from the guys who created
Game of Thrones. That's right.
Yeah.
But what we didn't pick up on last week, probably because we had such a massive wodge of news to get through related to Geek Week, was when we said this show arrives on the 21st of March, 2024. We didn't pick on the fact that actually that's a new date.
Yes.
And previously it had been announced for January.
Yeah, it was supposed to be coming in January.
And I mean, January's only 5 weeks away.
Yeah.
And it feels to me like 5 weeks before something comes out is quite late notice to shove something back 3 months.
It really is, yeah. Yeah, it really is.
So I'm not necessarily saying look, there could be a myriad of reasons. Yeah. You know, it could be the effects where it needs some more stuff. Who knows? But it's odd.
It is, because I think even the January tape, was it put back?
Yes,
so
it's been put
this
back
is the
once
second
already.
time it's been put back.
Yeah.
So it's done, it's ready to go. It must be if there's only 5 weeks left.
Yeah.
But it keeps being delayed now.
Yeah.
So something's not sitting right with somebody at Netflix for me.
Yeah,
I don't quite know what it is.
Interesting.
There's trailers out there, there's clips out there, you can see them all. Yeah, I did a little bit of reading on this one myself. It is very strange because they've never given any reason for why it's been delayed.
No.
Both times. They just keep delaying it.
My personal view as well is that Benioff and Vice have really got something to prove here, because
big style.
That final season of Game of Thrones, as everyone knows, was an absolute
shit show.
It
really was.
And I don't think this is a given, and this is going to be really interesting to see what they can come back with.
Yeah, it really is.
Because they were signed up for some Star Wars stuff as well, which they ended up coming away from. Yeah.
So they lost that when
they need a win.
Messed up Game of Thrones. They really do need a win, because they've got this contract with Netflix as well, haven't they? So it's not like just this show. They've got like a exclusive contract with Netflix in some form or another. Yeah, it's interesting. I wonder if it'll get pushed back again come the end of February.
Who knows? We'll keep our eye on it.
Definitely.
A couple of more pieces of Netflix news in terms of new shows coming our way. News this week, reported by Variety as an exclusive, that Black Mirror has been renewed for a 7th season.
Oh, excellent. Okay. That's good.
It will return. No news on casting dates or anything like that, because this is pretty hot off the press. But yeah, it will be back.
It took 4 years between the last two seasons.
There was 4 years between the last two seasons.
Don't expect it anytime soon.
I would say maybe not 4 years though.
No, I don't think so. But
maybe a couple of years. But yeah, if that is the next thing that Charlie Brooker and co go to work on.
Excellent. Good news. I really like Black Mirror. You've never seen Black
Mirror?
No,
famously, I've never watched an episode.
You should. I feel like if you give one a try, you'd watch them all.
I'm sure I would. Also news this week as a first look in the form of some cast photos of Netflix's TV limited series version of a Guy Ritchie movie, The Gentleman.
Okay, yep. Good film.
Yes, I really enjoyed it.
I personally think it's Hugh Grant's best role. Ever.
Okay. I mean, you've not seen Paddington 2, so I'll let you go, off. But
that is true.
But he's great in it, and I really enjoyed that movie. The 2020 movie.
I didn't know this was coming. I didn't know this was a thing.
No characters from said movie are crossing over into this TV show. Netflix says that while the characters will be totally different from the movie, The Gentleman will have all the same bite, along with a bunch of fresh tricks up its well-tailored sleeve. It does have quite a cast. So Theo James is the lead in the show. He was recently in White Lotus.
Yeah.
Guy Ritchie is obviously there as creator, co-writer, executive producer, and also director of the first 2 episodes.
Okay.
He told Netflix, "The world of The Gentleman is a little bit of me. We are looking forward to bringing fans back into the world, introducing new characters and their stories. I'm extremely excited to be doing it with this talented cast." Also in the cast are Jolie Richardson, Vinnie Jones,
okay, standard,
Giancarlo Esposito,
oh nice,
Max Beasley,
standard,
and Peter Serafinowicz.
Oh, cool. Nice. That'd be good. I feel like that'll be good.
It launches sometime in 2024.
The pictures make it look fun. Look at Vinnie Jones. How is that man just not aging?
Vinnie Jones. Grown into his cragginess, I would say.
He really has. Cool. That'll be good. I'm excited for that one.
Okay, that's all the Netflix news. So let's move on to the wider world of streaming and movies.
Okie doke.
Cobra Kai is approaching its final season on Netflix.
It is.
Again, which we will see next year at some point. So imagine my surprise this week when I read that will not be the end of Ralph Macchio playing Danny LaRusso.
Oh, okay.
Because it has been announced this week that a new Karate Kid movie is on its way.
Right.
And both Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan have signed up to star in it.
Right.
As
Interesting.
the two mentors.
Okay.
So I don't know how this exists beyond Cobra Kai.
No, is this a different universe?
But this is a cinematic release.
So it's a movie.
Yeah. And they will share the screen. Because Jackie Chan was essentially the Mr. Miyagi role in the Jaden Smith version of the Karate Kid, wasn't he? So yeah,
Okay.
this is being released by Sony. On the books to direct it is Jonathan Entwistle, who was behind I'm Not Okay With This and The End of the Effing World.
Both good shows. Both very bleak shows, though.
No title announced yet, or plot synopsis or anything like that. Although the Hollywood Reporter says it will bring the story to the East Coast and focus on a teen from China who finds strength and direction via martial arts and his tough but wise mentor. They also add that a search is underway for a Chinese actor to inherit the title role. So...
Okay, so they haven't got an actual Karate Kid yet.
No.
They've got a couple of mentors.
No.
I don't understand how those worlds collide. It's kind of boggling my brain a little bit.
So Cobra Kai's all done.
Cobra Kai's done.
And this...
Cobra Kai is a sequel to the original Karate Kid movie.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So does the Jackie Chan Karate Kid movie sit in the same universe? Or is it I always assumed it was like a remake, so different
exactly.
universe.
Imagine if they really link this up and Jackie Chan's in the final series of Cobra Kai
Kai.
somewhere and it comes,
I wouldn't be surprised.
it links through.
I
But
wouldn't be at all surprised.
who knows? I mean, they've got to get their skates on because apparently this has got a tentative release date of the 13th of December 2024,
Wow, that's like a year away.
which feels
Far too soon.
very challenging.
Because we've not even cast a Karate
Yeah.
Kid yet. That is quite soon. Okay. We'll keep our eye on if that happens, because it won't. Next.
Talking of franchises coming back to the cinema is the fact that director Edward Berger, whose last project was All Quiet on the Western Front,
Okay. Very
which
successful movie.
was released on Netflix around last Christmas
Yes.
and won a couple of Oscars, I believe.
I think it did, yeah.
He has been given or has successfully won the job of rebooting Jason Bourne.
Oh, right. I thought that was a well dead franchise.
Deadline is reporting this one that Berger will be taking this one on for Universal. I'd totally forgotten for going through this story that like Jeremy Renner did a Bourne film.
I just read that on there and I was
On
like,
his
oh, yeah,
own.
I'd forgotten about that as well. Yeah. Well, I don't think he'll be doing the next one.
Well, maybe he'll quarterback it
Yeah, maybe.
from the control room. But I mean, it's early days. This deal's only just come together, so no news on whether this is a complete reboot, recast, or if this is bringing back anyone or everyone from previous Bourne films.
No new ideas in Hollywood, is there?
That first trilogy is
Great.
just leave it.
Yeah, just if you want to make a movie like it, go and make a movie like The Bourne Identity.
Yeah.
Don't just make The Bourne Identity again.
Surely that's just diminishing returns.
Yeah. It's an easy way to make some money, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if we need a sixth Jason Bourne film, but
I agree.
another franchise, not maybe of having such a good week as Jason Bourne or The Karate Kid, is Scream, and in particular Scream 7.
I feel like that's an understatement. I feel like this movie's about to fall apart. Completely fall apart.
Because it's lost both its lead actresses this week.
Yeah.
For very different reasons.
Yeah.
Melissa Barrera has been let go from Scream 7 over what have been considered controversial social media posts surrounding the ongoing conflict in Israel and Gaza. Also, following that was the news that Jenna Ortega will not be returning to the franchise due to scheduling conflicts.
So what they've done in the last two Scream movies is built the whole franchise around those two people.
Sure.
And you can't do this film now.
Will we recast them?
No, you can't. They play sisters for a start, and there isn't all the rest of the characters are either related or friends with them. It just will not work now without those two people.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the positive spin, if you wanted to put on it, would be that this has been caused by the strike, because Ortega's calendar is, well, basically Scream 7 should have been filmed over the last couple of months.
Yeah.
And that window's gone. She is back to work on Beetlejuice 2 and then goes straight into season 2 of Wednesday.
Okay. So what you have to do now with Scream 7 is throw that script in the bin and completely start again.
If you want another Scream film, it might be the only option.
Easiest horror movie franchise to just reboot.
I haven't seen Scream 6, so is there a cliffhanger, or is it like, does it matter if it just starts something new?
No.
Okay.
You can just Ghostface isn't a Michael Myers or a Jason, or he doesn't have he doesn't have any connection to anybody. He can be anybody. So the world is their oyster. They can do whatever they want with the Scream franchise.
Yeah.
So just start again.
I think kind of the problem is that obviously they had Jenna Ortega. The last couple of, was she in the last two?
Yeah.
They did quite well.
Yeah, the last one's great.
She has since gone stratospheric.
Completely.
They were probably banking on, we can reel the cash in on the 7th movie because we've got her, and that is now not happening.
Do you know what they should do? Is pay Neve Campbell what she wanted.
She went to work for Netflix instead as well.
She did, indeed.
It was, I remember talking about that way back. She basically said, look, I can go back to Scream, or I can do the Lincoln Lawyer, and she took the Netflix money.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how you make Scream 7 now without you built that franchise around them, and now they're both not going to be there. You need to throw that script in the bin and start again. Otherwise, you're just going to end up with a terrible movie, and I don't know how you do what you do. It's a shame. I love that franchise, but it needs to be restarted now.
Okay.
Or left alone. Just leave it.
Fine. You've got 6 movies.
Put it on the shelf for a bit.
Yeah.
Give it another 10 years.
Final piece of news this week is a bit of info on the latest picture coming from the A24 production line. And that is that they have cast Nicole Kidman.
Yep.
And bottom of the stream alumni Antonio Banderas.
Oh, wow.
In an upcoming erotic thriller.
Oh, okay.
Called Baby Girl.
They're 2 big names to be doing an erotic thriller.
The movie will be written and directed by Helena Ryan, which will be her second collaboration with A24 after she previously directed Bodies, Bodies, Bodies in 2022.
Okay.
For this one, Nicole Kidman will star as a CEO married to Antonio Banderas, but she soon begins an illicit affair with a much younger intern played by Harris Dickinson.
Okay.
The film will also star Sophie Wilde and Jean Reno. Not seen him in anything for a while. Yeah.
Okay.
It will be Ryan's third feature film.
Sweet. I don't think A24 can do anything wrong at the minute, so why not? Yeah, I'll watch it.
How old do you think Nicole Kidman is?
Ooh, I think Nicole Kidman is 63.
No, 56.
Oh, really? Okay. Sorry, Nicole.
Banderas is 63.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. I thought that's what you said.
Sorry.
The Iron Claw's next from A24, isn't it?
It
I'm
is.
looking forward to that. I think
Yeah.
that's going to be a really good film.
Yeah. Have you seen the trailer? Trailer looks
I
good.
have, yeah. I think it's generating a bit of Oscar buzz as well already.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a fun one. And we talked last week, they're making the Elon Musk biopic as well.
Yes, they are.
So there's
Man
lots-
in the Iron Musk.
There's lots of good stuff coming from A24. Excellent.
That's all the news.
Thank you very much. Have you watched anything good at the top of the stream?
I've watched a bit of some things
Okay,
So-
me too. I've had a bit of a bitty week this week.
because I think it's been quite a, for Netflix at least, it's been quite a notable week,
Yeah,
I would say,
Definitely.
for releases. So I dipped in and watched only the first episode of Scott Pilgrim Takes Off.
I can't remember if I've seen one or two of them. I
Okay.
definitely watched the first one. I don't think I did watch the second one in the end yet.
I will say,
Yeah.
I will go back for more.
Yeah,
I love this style
yeah,
The
art style's
animation.
great. Yeah,
and knowing that all those proper voices are there, like everyone's back from the movie. It took me a while to tune into this.
yeah. I
though.
think you're right. It wasn't what I was expecting
No.
when I turned it on.
First 15 to 20 minutes, I was like, oh, this isn't what. This
Yeah.
is a bit slow. Not,
Yeah.
not like,
I know what you mean. Not slow, but also not fast.
yeah. But there's a bit of a twist at the end of the first episode.
Yeah,
And I'm like, yeah, I
Yeah,
think
okay,
I know
I mean-
where we're going. I'm coming back for more.
yes, me too. I'm definitely.
I just haven't yet.
Yeah,
So yeah. And it looks brilliant.
yeah. It's beautiful looking.
It looks really brilliant. And then I've watched the first 2 episodes of Squid Game: The Challenge.
I haven't got to this yet. It might be after you've gone tonight. I might give it a go.
Okay. I mean,
Thoughts?
my initial thoughts are, I was reminded of a lot of the criticisms of watching Squid Game.
Oh, really?
Like, I'm not that bothered about the games.
Right. Oh, but this is all about the games, surely.
Yeah, but I found it more interesting when we were getting to know the people
Oh,
and
right,
some
okay.
of their motivations, and they throw a couple of curveballs between the main games.
Yeah.
So like they chuck a phone into the dorms, and it's like, oh, what happens if we answer the phone, and like almost mini games. And I was like,
Okay.
they were a bit more the psychological aspect of it, and I found that a bit more interesting. And but I've only seen the first 2 episodes, and to be honest, so it's followed the same sort of order as the TV show, and I thought red light, green light,
Yeah.
and the biscuit licking game, they weren't 2 of the best games in Squid Game.
No.
So
Are they the first 2 episodes
Yeah.
then? Okay.
yeah.
Apparently, the red light, green light game took 7 hours to film.
Really?
Yeah, I was reading it the other day. The person who won that challenge said it took her 7 hours to get from the start to the crossing the line.
Yeah.
Which is insane. That's when it hit the news, didn't it? When it was being
Yes,
filmed,
it
with
did, yeah.
people being
Yeah.
taken for hypothermia and
Yeah.
passing out and stuff, and that was why apparently. But yeah,
Because I'm pretty sure the clock's counting down from, I don't know, 10 minutes or
Yeah,
something.
but all in all, apparently they had to have like independent adjudicators to watch every single person,
Yeah.
and if they even twitch, so they had to like watch one, go start again, watch the footage of the next one. And there's 456 people doing that challenge.
Yeah.
That's what took the time. Every time their head turned,
Yeah.
they had to individually look at each person. I feel like there's an AI that could have done it for them.
It feels like that's a
It
bit
does.
rudimentary.
It does, but
So, is it good? Probably not. Do I want to watch it to the end? Yes. I mean, the thing is, it just made me think of the show we watched earlier in the year. Was it 100? The Korean, like, and I know that was for like elite athletes and fit people.
yeah, and
So
this one isn't.
not just athletes, but like, I don't know, special forces people and all that stuff. But that was awesome, and I liked that better.
Right, okay.
Oh,
That's
like
fair.
on the first 2 episodes.
That's fair.
But this is a cash in on the Squid Game phenomenon.
Yeah,
I
of course it is. People wouldn't be watching this if it wasn't for Squid Game.
No.
We weren't.
But it made me think I'd prefer to be watching Squid
Squid
Game.
Game.
I know I wasn't the biggest fan of Squid Game.
No, you weren't. We're still not sure on the release schedule, are we? Because 5 have come out, I
There's
think.
5 episodes.
But it said all the press releases said it was coming out weekly within the next 3 weeks. So I'm assuming the next 5 are going to come.
I don't know if we've seen for sure. I did see something this week that thought we were getting 5. So we've had 5 episodes of this to start with, 4 next week, and then 1 the final week.
Okay. I think that was kind of what we theorized might happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
there's definitely 5 out there now, and there is 10 altogether. So
yeah,
we know that much.
Yeah,
and it's going to finish on the 6th of December.
Okay,
we know that much.
So,
okay,
check it out. Look,
I'm going to check it out.
I will go and watch another. I'll watch these.
If it's between that and I'm a Celebrity, I'm definitely picking Netflix because fuck ITV. Absolutely fuck them.
I also think this is a show that you can probably just put on in the.
Yeah. You're not going to concentrate, have you?
Yeah, exactly.
Sit and watch
so it has that going for it as well.
Definitely. I've had a similar week. I've been a bit bitty with my TV viewing this week. So I've not got a TV show that I'm watching at the minute.
Right.
And so I was in the market for one. So I thought I'll just try the first episode of a couple and see if anything grabs me. So I did do the Scott Pilgrim. I did watch the first episode of that, and I will watch more of that. I then watched the first episode of All the Light You Cannot See.
All right, yes.
It was. I can see why people are going to enjoy it. It
Yeah.
isn't for me, I don't think.
That's fine.
I wasn't in very much. I don't think I'll go back to it. Put it that way. And then I watched the first episode of Creature.
What's Creature?
Remember we talked briefly about Creature the other week. It is the Turkish TV show that's about Frankenstein.
Yes, I do remember.
It came out, I think, this week. The first episode of that was good, but I haven't gone back for episode 2.
Okay.
So I don't know what that says, because I did have the opportunity to do the other day and I didn't do it. So I did enjoy the first one, but I haven't gone back for the second one yet.
Okay.
So I will keep you up to date if I do go back to it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I thought of it. I haven't given it enough time, I don't think. But it's an interesting concept.
It's a maybe.
It's a maybe. It's a Turkish Frankenstein TV show. If anybody's going to watch it, it should be me. And that's it. That's really all I've done this week. And like I said, I was supposed to go to the cinema the other night. That didn't happen. I'm going next week instead now.
Okay, fine.
I haven't been to the cinema for ages. I think it was Saw 10 the last time I went to the cinema.
Oh, so that would be a few weeks ago now.
Yeah, it was September.
Yeah.
So I was going to go see Frankenstein. No, I've got Frankenstein on the brain. Thanksgiving.
Okay, right.
It's the new horror movie.
Eli
from
Roth,
Eli
isn't
Roth, yeah. So I'm going to go watch that next week. I
Should
think.
be watching that today.
No, yeah, I
As
should
we
be watching
speak,
that
as
today.
we record.
Yeah, I should. So yeah, I'm going to watch that next week at some point, I think. So I will. I'm going next Wednesday, so I'll be able to review you next week on that.
Good.
Cool. Right, what else we got to do? Have we got a real talk? Let's do a real talk.
Okay. Are we doing real talk or are we doing what's coming in December first?
Let's do what's coming in December. Yeah, we're going to go through, because it's becoming the end of November very soon. We're going to go through and tell you what's coming in December for Netflix. So what's coming to Netflix? I can't talk. What's coming to Netflix UK?
Are you okay?
I don't know.
Have you reset?
I haven't eaten, so it might be that. Somebody called me a good podcaster today, and I am
Did they?
absolutely not. So,
how many podcasts have they listened to?
just the one. I think it was probably last week's wave. That was okay. So yeah, we're going to go through what's coming onto Netflix UK in December this year. Now, let's do it. What's coming in Netflix, Nick?
Loads of Christmas movies.
Loads of Christmas movies.
I mean, I'm not even going to read the. I don't think I'm going to read the synopsis. But December the 1st, you can find A Brush with Christmas.
You can.
And you can find Catering Christmas.
Wow.
Christmas at the Drive-In. And that's just December the 1st.
That's just the 1st of December. Sweet Home Season 2, a lot of people got into that, didn't they?
Yes.
Is that Korean? I think
It is, yeah.
Costco at Christmas.
Okay.
Is a documentary about Costco
Brilliant.
at Christmas.
Randomly, the Green Lantern movie starring Ryan Reynolds arrives on Netflix UK on December the 6th. Happy Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Season 2 of I Hate Christmas is coming. I presume season 1 came last Christmas.
I hope so. The Archers arrives on December the 7th as well. That is the Riverdale spin-off, isn't it?
Okay. I will take your word for it. I've never really watched Riverdale.
Me neither. December the 8th, we get Leave the World Behind,
No, I'm
a
looking forward to this one.
post-apocalyptic comedy with Julia Roberts, Mahershala Ali, Ethan Hawke. One of Netflix's big Christmas movies. Well,
Yeah.
not about Christmas.
No, but
as
it's a big Christmas release. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. I'll definitely be watching that.
December 12th, Kevin Hart and Chris Rock, headliners only, their behind-the-scenes documentary
Oh, yeah, we talked about that. a few
of their
weeks ago,
comedy
didn't
tour. Also, Under Pressure, documentary series about the efforts of the US football team at the recent Women's World Cup.
we? Excellent. Season 6, Part 2 of The Crown is coming on the 14th of December.
Okay.
Carol and the End of the World comes on December the 15th. We talked about that briefly a few weeks ago.
As does Chicken Run, Dawn of the Nugget.
Good day for animation.
Yeah.
The 15th of December. Yeah, that's the sequel to Chicken Run.
Indeed.
Spider-Man No Way Home Extended Edition is coming on that day as well.
Okay, because I'm sure that movie's already on Netflix.
Oh, is it?
I think so, but this is an extended
Extended
cut with 11 minutes of bonus footage that wasn't included in the original release.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
More random than the Green Lantern. U571 is coming, which was one of the first DVDs I ever brought. It's a submarine movie.
I think I had that on DVD. Just because it, like you say, it was one of the first. Was it Matthew McConaughey and
Yeah, I think it
Harrison
is.
Ford?
Oh, it might be. I don't know. I can remember
Yeah.
vaguely what it is, but that's from 2000.
Maestro arrives on December the 20th. That is the biopic of Leonard Bernstein, directed by and starring Bradley Cooper, which he has got in trouble for
Has he?
in some sections for wearing a prosthetic nose.
Oh, I did see that. I didn't
Oh,
get
mate.
in trouble for wearing a prosthetic nose.
Well, Bradley Cooper only looks like an emu, so putting
True.
a nose on is not going to help, is it?
There's nothing of note coming on December the 22nd.
Apart from Rebel Moon Part 1, A Child of Fire.
Yeah.
The first part of the guaranteed successful multi-year, multi-decade spanning
Franchise.
from Zack Snyder. The revolutionary Zack Snyder.
Ugh. Yeah, that's coming on the 22nd of December. I'm sure some people are excited. Don't know who they are. Merry Christmas from Netflix. You're getting, on Christmas Day, Ricky Gervais's Armageddon stand-up show.
Okay.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
December 28th is Pokemon Concierge, the first stop motion
remember this,
Pokemon animated series, which follows the concierge at a Pokemon resort and her trusted sidekick, Psyduck.
Okay. December 29th is Berlin, first season of that. That is a prequel to Money Heist,
Lovely.
set in Berlin. And that is it. That will round out your year on Netflix.
That's a pretty stacked month.
Pretty
I would
stacked
say.
month, yeah. I think Rebel Moon, Chicken Run, and the Julia Roberts one of the three big movies that are coming. Let us know if you're going to be watching any of them or if you're going to be avoiding any of them
Sure.
and for what reason. Right, shall we do a real talk?
Let's do a real talk.
I'm having deja vu. What was this week's real talk question, Nick? It kind of happened organically in the Discord this week. We didn't set this question. It just people started randomly talking about it. So we stole it.
The idea, the real talk this week was, what's the worst lesson from a movie?
Yes. It's a really good question. Who came up with it?
It was Ross Cook.
Good old Ross.
Chris from the Time Shifters podcast was first. He said, Whiplash. As far as I can see, the lesson is be a raging asshole and people will want to impress you.
I think that's the second time Chris has been negative about Whiplash recently. He's not a fan of that movie at all.
Samuel Holland says, Love Actually. The
Okay.
message I took was stalking your best friend's wife is charming as long as you're attractive. That is problematic, that Andrew Lincoln storyline.
Yeah, it
in
is a
Love
little bit, I
Actually.
think. I think Love Actually on a whole is pretty problematic.
I
these
don't
days.
think it's aged the best.
No, I don't think it has.
Which
It's actually showing at the cinemas next week.
Is
It's
it?
20 years old next week.
Yeah, Chris agreed with that. He's saying many films suggest stalking is the best way to get the girl or the guy. Also, I'm just going to read this out just because it reflects well on yourself and myself.
Okay.
Chris sort of also said that I'm really happy when I hear Adam and Nick admit that they'll cry during a movie.
Ah.
The idea that men should be strong and not show their feelings is outdated, so it's refreshing that we...
Have we ever done that as a real talk? What film makes you cry the most?
I think we have done
Have
that.
we? Okay.
I will go and double check, but I feel like we've done that.
I've got no issue with admitting to crying at films.
No. Sam's got another honourable mention. School of Rock. Steal someone's identity so you can kidnap a bunch of kids so they can perform at a concert and have no legal consequences. I mean, that falls apart pretty quick if you want to look at it like that.
Yeah.
Sam also went with John Wick or Nobody. All problems can be solved with a bit of a punch up. Well,
yeah, but you can say that about any action movie.
Yeah, exactly. Smileyson says Home Alone. You have the freedom to torture petty criminals as long as you're a cute kid and your parents leave you behind. He did what he had to do, surely.
He did to defend his house.
Smileyson also says Passengers. Similar stalking themes. We're also meant to root for the guy who condemns his love interest to a life she didn't want.
I don't know if I've seen Passengers.
I don't know if I have. It's Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence, isn't it?
Oh, no, I have seen it, actually. Is it on Spaceship?
Is it on Spaceship?
Is it on Spaceship?
Yes, I think it is on Spaceship. Those awards are coming right your way.
You can see why Manscaped are interested, can't you?
Ross Cook also says Ghostbusters.
What?
Obviously, their message is that all ghosts need busting, which isn't necessarily true. The message I get from it is oversight is bullshit. Let us do what we want because we're right. Walter Peck comes in there as an official representative of the EPA, asks legitimate questions about these disgraced scientists, and he is met with zero cooperation, which leads him to fucking things up at the end.
I suppose, when you think about it, if you think of the TV show Ghosts, the Ghostbusters would very much be the bad guys in that movie.
Exactly.
In that show.
Yeah. Ross says, imagine if we flipped Ghostbusters, where Walter Peck is embraced, works with them and gives them a fat government contract. Franchise Ghostbusters around the country and the whole thing becomes bigger than the Beatles. P.S. I love Ghostbusters.
That's a great answer. You might have won that this week.
Yeah, that is very good.
Any more for any more?
That's pretty much it in there.
Okay.
Shall I go?
Let me go.
Okay. Would you like to go?
Yes. I think mine comes from this show.
Right.
I think as soon as I heard this question, this film came into my head, and no others will now because this one's stuck in there. Do you remember when we did Sierra Burgess as a Loser?
I do, yeah.
That's got a terrible message.
Catfishing is okay.
Catfishing is okay. That is the message of that movie. If you've not seen Sierra Burgess as a Loser, the loose synopsis would be: this girl pretends to be a more attractive girl to ensnare the affections of an attractive boy, then kiss rapes him and does lots of horrible things to him, but in the end he just falls in love with her anyway.
Yeah, and forgives her for all that.
Yeah. And
it's a good shout.
It's so problematic, Sierra Burgess as a Loser. It's a Netflix original. It finished bottom of season 1. And it's still potentially the worst film we've ever seen on the show. Yeah, it's just as soon as that question came into my head, that film came into my head, and I couldn't think of another one. So I think that's the most problematic movie I've ever seen.
Okay.
What about yourself?
So I've got a couple that I think are very on the same theme, really.
Yeah.
And that is the whole sort of, and they're by any means not the only movies guilty of this, but the whole sort of anyone will fall in love with you as long as you completely change your looks, appearance, personality, and give up everything you believe in.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because, like, being the father of girls, I'm not sure. But a couple that sprang to mind with essentially what I saw as that lesson is Grease.
Yeah. Fair.
And The Little Mermaid.
Oh, wow.
I love The Little Mermaid. It's got great songs.
Yeah.
It's an absolute classic. But
I suppose when you think about it, it's problematic.
she leaves everything behind and gives up merness.
Madness.
To become a human and stroll off with that guy. And he doesn't have to change anything.
Yeah.
He doesn't mer up.
He doesn't become a merman.
No.
That's
The old
great.
King Triton's not. Tell you what, you come and
You come and
join
live with
us
for a bit.
You can be the heir to my throne.
Yeah.
My daughter's got to go and change for you.
Bloody men.
We're the worst.
We are. Men are the worst.
So that's mine.
That's a good answer. I really like that answer.
Ah.
It was a good real talk. Thanks for coming up with that one, Ross.
Yeah, I think we've already got next week's in the chamber.
Yeah, we've already got next week's in the chamber, so we'll get that
Stay
out.
tuned on the Discord.
Get that out as soon as we can. And I think we've done a wave.
I would
with
say
that.
so.
What are we watching on this week's movie show? mate?
Come back here on Thursday as we will delve into Swedish movie
We will.
Black Crab.
We've done quite a few Scandinavian movies.
There's quite a lot of them on Netflix.
There is quite a lot of them on Netflix.
I also feel that during our time doing this show, we've done quite a few snowbound movies.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, this one's got a real similarity to another one we've done recently, I guess.
Okay.
So we'll dive into that
Yeah.
and come back here on Thursday to listen to us talk about Black Crab. Then I guess.
Yeah.
And
Awesome.
until then, we shall leave you.
Cheers.
Bye bye.